Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I'm Julie, and I'm Sleeping Artist ASMR. I've tried to make this video several times, and I finally decided that the best way is to tell you a story about myself. I'm a mom. I have 3 children. The older 2 were born really close together, and then I have one that was born much, much later. He was born 7 years ago, and he was perfectly healthy, no issues. I was perfectly healthy with no issues. But after we brought him home, I began to have some severe problems. As I said, he was perfectly healthy, but I started to have obsessive, intrusive thoughts that he was going to pass away, that I would fall asleep, and that would be when it would happen, and that I needed to stay awake all the time to monitor his breathing and to make sure that did not take place. So I never slept for days and days. The only time I ever got any sleep was if someone else agreed to stay awake and watch him for me. If I did fall asleep, I would lay my hand over the side of the bed into his bassinet so that I could feel his chest moving up and down. But I never actually slept. I would wake up gasping for air, and I'd sit straight up in the bed, just panicking. This went on for quite a while, and I was in a very, very, very bad state of mind at that time. Logically, I knew that chances are he would be perfectly fine, but mentally, there wasn't anything I could do about it. I saw a doctor, and they gave me medication. And that wasn't the first time that I took any kind of medication for mental health because I'm a long time sufferer of depression. And the medicine helped a little, but I still wasn't sleeping very well at all, and I would still wake up in a panic. One day, I was talking to a friend, and she recommended ASMR videos to me. 7 years ago, I had never heard of ASMR. It's more of a mainstream topic now, but it definitely wasn't at that time. She suggested that I look it up, and to be honest with you, I thought it was one of the weirdest things I had ever heard of. I think that's a pretty common reaction, unfortunately. But that night, I went home. I looked it up, and I watched my first ASMR video. It was by the one and only Maria, Gentle Whispering. And not only did I feel the tingles, but I went to sleep. And I wouldn't say I slept all night because that's definitely not the case, but it was the first time in months that I remember feeling any kind of rest. And so I began watching videos every night. I didn't tell anybody because it still seemed so weird to me, but I knew it was helping. When my son was 9 months old, I was greatly improved, but then my grandmother passed away unexpectedly. And she was my best friend. She was my person that I could tell anything to. And her loss shook my whole world and sent me right back to that dark, dark place. And at that same time, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I wouldn't say at that exact same time because my actual diagnosis, as anyone who has tried to get a diagnosis with those kinds of symptoms would know, it takes a very long time. Months and months of tests and whatnot, but excuse me, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and there are some theories out there that say that life trauma is what sets it off, and I believe that to be the case, especially for me, because the combo right at the same period of time of that terrible postpartum time with my son and then my grandmother was probably one of the worst times of my life, and that's when the issues that I really had been experiencing my whole life just came to a head. And even now, I struggle with symptoms. I struggle with my depression, my anxiety, and anxiety attacks, feelings of worthlessness, especially because I have daily pain from fibro. It can be hard to get out of bed sometimes. It can be hard to get dressed, to take a shower, to do all the little things that you need to do when you have children to take care of. I have days when my skin hurts. I have days when it feels like my hair hurts. I have days when my hands hurt such that I can't bend my fingers, that I'm unable to do anything really. But I cannot stress enough, despite all of that, the kind of miracle that ASMR has been in my life. It helps with all of my symptoms. It helps me to sleep better. It helps my mental health. I'm convinced of it. It can make me forget briefly when I'm having bad days. And I can focus on feeling those tingles and the relaxation rather than on what hurts. And also, since I became a creator a little over a year ago, ASMR has opened up a whole world for me that didn't exist before. I've met so many wonderful people, people from all over the world, people that I consider good friends. The ASMR community is one of the most accepting communities that I've ever come across. For the most part, we lift each other up, because I think a lot of us struggle with our own issues, and so we have that empathy. We know what it's like. And it's given me a purpose that I didn't have before. To be there for my friends, for my community, and to be there for people like me. People that struggle with different problems than what I've struggled with, because I know everyone walks their own path, and you never know what people are dealing with. And I want them to know that I see them and that I genuinely care about them. And that if I can help even a fraction of the amount with my channel and my ASMR videos the way that I've been helped, then everything is worth it. And that's my biggest desire. ASMR is a tool to help me forget about my own issues and focus on helping other people. And I think that's really what it should be about. I'm a big believer in you get back what you put out into this world. And I don't want to fixate on my pain or that inner voice that tells me that I'm not worth anybody's time or effort. I know lots of us have that voice. But I don't want to fixate on that. I want to give ASMR to other people that need it, the way I needed it, the way I still need it, the way I will probably always need it. Such a valuable tool, and I can't wait until there's enough scientific evidence and studies and support for everyone to realize how truly helpful it can be. So, I want to end this by saying a big thank you. Thank you to every creator, thank you to those who have been around all these years, down to the ones that started today, because think we're all a part of something really special. I think that what we're doing is very important and can have long-lasting effects and can touch people in ways that we might not even realize. That's definitely been the case for me. And I wish all of you very well. I hope that whatever you're struggling with, that you find some comfort, that you find a purpose, that you find belonging. And I hope that if you're one of those people that still thinks that ASMR is super weird, that you consider its potential. And give it a chance. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all.